Hello everyone, welcome to English 9, covered by Miss Tao in the Super Memory for Schools program. Today we continue learning Unit 9, Natural Disasters, Lesson 2, Listen, Read. Now let's go through some new words. The Pacific Rim, to strike, appliance, roller, to collapse, abrupt, tidal wave, tropical storm, typhoon, hurricane, cyclone. To erupt, tornado, funnel-shaped. And in grammar section, we will learn about relative clause, defining clause. Let's discover new words together. The Pacific Rim. The Pacific Rim, also known as the Ring of Fire, is an area that often occurs earthquakes and tidal waves, and this area is located right in the hollow of the Pacific Ocean, so it is called the Pacific Ring of Fire. To strike. Look at the washing machine and refrigerator. They are household appliances. Appliance. And under these appliances, there are rollers. Roller. Look at the building. The building is collapsing. To collapse. This is a volcano. The volcano is erupting. To erupt. This is a tropical storm. Tropical storm. In Asia, a tropical storm is called a typhoon. In the South and North of America, it is a hurricane. But in Australia, it is a cyclone. This is a tidal wave. Tidal wave. Tidal waves are the result of the abrupt shift in the underwater movement of the Earth. Abrupt. This is a tornado. Tornado. A tornado looks like a funnel. Funnel-shaped. Let's review the vocabulary related to the topic of natural disasters. The Pacific Rim. To strike, appliance, roller, to collapse, abrupt, tidal wave, tropical storm, including typhoon, hurricane, and cyclone, to erupt, tornado, funnel-shaped. Next, we will learn about grammar, relative clause, and especially today, we will learn about defining clause. Let's go to the grammar. Look at the picture. I have an example for you. The book which you lent me is very interesting. In the above example, you can also recognize the phrase, which you lent me, was the relative clause. However, let's try to remove this relative clause. Well, after removing it, we have the sentence, the book is very interesting. Do you think this sentence has full meaning? It is not meaningful enough, isn't it? Because we don't know which book, my book of yours or the book lent from the library. So the clause, which you lent me, is very important and necessary. If you delete it, the sentence is not meaningful enough. So today we will learn about relative clause, defining clause. What is the defining clause? Defining clause is a clause that identifies the noun or noun phrase immediately before it. And the defining clause is very necessary to make a meaningful sentence. Without it, the sentence will not make sense. Today's lesson is very interesting, isn't it? Let's review the vocabulary and grammar together. The Pacific Rim. To strike. Appliance. Roller. To collapse. Abrupt. Tidal wave. Tropical storm. Tropical storm is also called a typhoon in Asia. In the North and South of America, it is called a hurricane, but in Australia, it is called a cyclone. To erupt. Tornado. Funnel-shaped. About grammar, we have learned relative clause, defining clause. The defining clause is used to identify the noun before it. It is a very necessary clause that cannot be omitted. If you leave it, the sentence will not be meaningful enough. It's the end of today's lesson. I wish you study well. See you again in the next English lesson of Miss Tao in the Super Memory for Schools program. Goodbye and see you later.